Hello, eh, my name is Santiago Zapata. I'm from Villahermosa, Tabasco. I hope you are having a wonderful day at your home. Thank you so much for watching this video. I would like to start this video saying thank you for my thesis advisor, the professor Julio Cesar Arias Ovando, for your valuable support and patiently. I would like to say thank you for the Professor Carlos Lorenzo Custodio for the opportunity, and I would like to say thank you too for the la Universidad Juárez Autónoma de Tabasco, División Académicas de Educación y Artes, Languages degree for this wonderful experience for me. The interference of false cognate, a case study in second language learners. As introduction, I would like to say that the present investigation shows a compilation of important information from articles of studies realized about false cognate and their learning, as well on the reading comprehension of the English language and learning in the classroom. English language learning involves many factors that are important to carry out successfully. If one fails or is not done in the proper way, effective results cannot be obtained. When we are trying to learn a second language, always we face different kind of problems. One of those factors may be false cognates. They are words in English and Spanish that resemble each other but have a different meaning. We have a false cognate in different languages. For example, in English, Spanish, Portuguese, French, and Italian, right? False cognates, as I said before, are words that resemble each other, but they have different meaning, right? Have you ever heard about false cognate? How we got this problem? First of all, was by my own experience, because one day I was starting learning English and I found my first false cognate, the word fabric, and always I translate the word like fabrica, but it was a terrible mistake because it is a false cognate. It's are problems to learn and to learn English. This is called linguistic interference. We face the linguistic interference when we are trying to learn a second language. This study was developed in languages student from the UHAT because at this university I study. I talk about unknown false cognate because it is the topic interesting for me. How problems to identify and translate, how with those those meaning, and the influence of English false cognate in Spanish speaker. Always Spanish speakers are involved in this case of research because we are always looking for to solve problems and to identify what are those errors to solve. The theoretical framework. As theoretical framework, first of all, we have conceptualism, that is false cognate, but in this section we include cognates and true cognates and false cognate because they are so different and every single word have the meaning. Okay, we have the reading comprehension section. It is very important to know about reading comprehension because it involves different ways, different meanings, and different things to get the reading comprehension in the best way. Also, when we are looking for information, when we are doing researches like this, we look back to previous investigations. In this case, I found previous investigation realized about technical medicine language at the library from the UJAT, I also found items made in Spanish speaker countries about cognate and their learning. In author and theory, we have the interlanguage theory by Selinker. We have Orellana, 2 definitions, Maria Eugenia Dubois. This thesis research contains 5 chapters. Every single chapter have the necessary information for the necessary information and very important information. I would like to talk about the interlanguage theory because always when you are trying to when you are doing investigation, you must support your investigation with theory. In this case, I choose the interlanguage theory developed by Larry Selinker in 1972. It said an interlanguage is a type of language produced by second and foreign language learners who are in the process of learning a language. This theory assumes that learning errors are caused by the difference between the first language and their second language. As you can see in this chart, blue chart, we have an example. Ellos bailaron todo el fin de semana en español y en inglés. They danced all the weekend. The word the in red, we can remove the word and we can say they danced all weekend, and that's perfect, right? This theory show how we create, when we are learning a second language, how we create an intermediate line. It's not Spanish, it's not English, but we have our meaning of something. But if that interlanguage is wrong, always we going to got in troubles with the correct meaning of the word. Okay, we have important definition like Cesar Maxime 1928, il a écrit un livre avec des définitions de le faux ami. C'est important faire c'est important faire la mention de ce personnage parce que il a dit que les faux amis sont les mots qui se ressemblent beaucoup dans deux langues mais qui ont une signification différente. Aujourd'hui, nous trouvons différentes informations dans l'internet, mais Cesar et Maxime, c'est les meilleurs personnages qui a donné les définitions du faux ami. We have also Maria Eugenia Dubois in 1991. She explained very well in the process of reading comprehension, and she described this process in 3 steps: transfer information, thought and language, a translation between the reading and the test. The investigation question we have: what is the level of knowledge about the false cognate in intermediate advanced English students? What problems face the student of intermediate advanced English in the Bachelor of Language in Reading Comprehension of an English test? How much interference do false cognates exert in English reading comprehension on a student of intermediate advanced English? What are the most common false cognates between the Spanish and English? Okay, we have general objective, determine if in an intermediate advanced level of English student of languages degree identify the false cognate when they read a test. Our main objective, diagnose the knowledge about false cognate that the student of intermediate advanced English level of language degree have. Identify the most common errors in the comprehension of text recorded by the intermediate advanced English student of languages. And determine the most common false cognates. I would like to explain quickly the methodology. The methodology we use a descriptive exploratory study because we need to explore all sides, and every single thing that we found we must describe in the best way. We use a survey because according to my thesis advisor, it could be the best way to collect data. It's a quantitative because we collect data and we create some graph to identify levels. For that is a quantitative investigation. We use transversal study because we must remember that transversal study use at a specific period of time, and we use a specific period of time to apply our survey. And the population, I mentioned before, the population is an intermediate advanced English students. Why this population? Because when you are studying languages degree at UJAD, intermediate advanced English students have the ability to recognize quickly false cognate, have advanced grammar, have more knowledge about vocabulary according to the Community European framework. They must be in B2 or C1 in English. And the result of the investigation, as you can see, we have two charts, two graphs. The first graph is the exercise 1 with 15 sentences with false cognate listen from 1 to 15, and the other graph, exercise 2 with 10 sentences numbered with continuity to those presented previously from 16 to 25 for an improvement in data organization. The result obtained showed that a multiple choice exercise students do not show problems to identify false cognate, and 80% of them solve. 80%, not 100%, because I found some students or some surveys that was not complete, or they got the 10% got in trouble to recognize the false cognate. The level of recognizing of false cognate in an English writing test is medium. You can see in this chart, we have false cognate in yellow mark, for example, impress, gone, and intoxicate. They have a high level of students that don't recognize this kind of false cognate. There is some of knowledge of some of them by the student, but not complete. Our results confirm that the assumption we make at the beginning of this study. Another result found in the present study is the translation problem of a student with false cognate when they are found and identified. They assign erroneous meanings, which leads to bad interpretations. As you can see in this photograph, on this picture, that is the 25 exercise where a student must be rewrite the sentence complete with the correct meaning of the false cognate. They must recognize the false cognate and rewrite. But you can see that this student in this case did not, and they got in trouble to recognize. Part of our population did not show enough interest in collaborating with the study, and some surveys were not complete for this condition. You can see those pictures where students did not complete all the surveys, even they know specific instructions to complete, but those things happen in when you are reaching. Okay. As a conclusion, the doubts about the false cognate persist in the level in which students are. Even they mustn't have problems to identify false cognate. A student face problems to be able to recognize certain false cognate easily, problems to choose correct answers. Also, in this study, they were given a multiple choice option survey. So within a writing test, it is difficult for they to recognize it. With the accomplishment of this investigation, we got our objective, which was to determine if an intermediate advanced level of English students get to identify false cognates when they are reading a test in English. We can answer that the student managed to recognize false cognate in a certain level, but they do not so completely. so that their confusion with other words in a text is present. Well, as you can see, students got in trouble, not in a high level, but got in trouble to recognize certain false cognate. That is a problem. That problem persists at the levels they are. Uh, the general conclusion that our assumption is proven is reached if a student know false cognate more. They could easily recognize in every situation or writing expression. If the student practice more with the false cognate, their performance with this will be optimal. Their effectiveness to be able to identify it will be very good. That's my recommendation, and that is the end of this investigation. We found that in Juárez Autónoma, in Universidad Juárez Autónoma de Tabasco, the problem of recognize a false cognate persists, not in a high level, but persists, and this is a focal point to different studies, research. My recommendation in this case is that we must practice more with false cognate to when we find a false cognate, recognize easily, and to this investigation must help some teachers to recognize that we are having a problem at the university with false cognate. To practice more, to focus more in this kind of things. That's all the investigation that I've done. If you have doubt, please comment above. And thank you so much for watching this video. I'm sorry for the mistakes. I'm still learning English, and my pronunciation is not the best, but I'm working so hard every day to be better and improve everything. Thank you so much. And remember, safe at your home, and see you soon.